Chilling on the asphalt, we never slow. Unplugged and raw, high on the flow. Road rebels, dirt on our souls. Street lights flashing, life's in control.
Ever try to grab a ride after a show in Nashville?
Oh, yeah.
Head at night.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an adventure sometimes, isn't it?
It can be.
Yeah. Well, Nashville, Music City, it's changing its tune when it comes to transportation.
Definitely changing.
That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah, great topic.
We've got an article here from Elevon Transportation, a pretty big player in Nashville's private transportation scene.
Okay.
It's called Exploring the Benefits of Private Transportation in Nashville.
Catchy.
It was just published a couple of days ago, actually, on December 25th, 2024.
Okay.
And they're making a case for private transportation, like really going beyond just your typical taxis or ride sharing, you know?
Right, right.
So I'm kind of curious to get your take on this.
Yeah, well, cities are growing like crazy.
Yeah.
Nashville is a prime example. More people. That means more cars, right?
Yeah.
More traffic. Parking's a nightmare. And sometimes the public transportation system just can't keep up.
It struggles.
Yeah. So, this article really jumps into how private transportation can help kind of smooth those growing pains.
Well, and the article really focuses on convenience. No more bus routes, no more train schedules. Just grab a ride when you need it. Early morning, late at night, doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a level of flexibility you don't get with public transportation, right?
Right. It is. And then they make an argument about cost, too.
Oh, interesting.
They say for some people, especially if you factor in all the costs of owning a car in a city.
Right.
Insurance, parking, gas, all that. It might actually be more cost-effective to go the private transportation route.
Well, and, it's interesting because data shows that owning a car in Nashville can cost you almost $9,000 a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, you factor that in, it starts to make you think.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the whole comfort and privacy thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, trading a packed bus for a nice, clean car, maybe it's got some amenities, like...
Exactly. I mean, that's appealing to a lot of people.
Right.
You're in control of your space.
You are?
You can work.
Yeah.
You can make calls.
We're
You're not crammed next to,
Exactly.
someone who had onions for lunch.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Okay, so we're talking about all these benefits of private transportation. But if you've got more and more people opting for private cars, even if they're nice and fancy, won't that just add to the traffic problem in Nashville?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is, right?
It always comes up when we talk about transportation. I think the article didn't really get into that so much, but it's something we have to think about. Because, yeah, if everyone just switches to private cars, even if they are, fuel efficient or whatever,
right,
you're still going to have more cars on the road, and that could make traffic worse.
Yeah. It's a tricky balance.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. What about safety and reliability, though?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, right?
Right.
You want to know that you're safe, that the car is well maintained, the driver's experienced.
Exactly. And Elevon, they really stress the fact that they vet their drivers, they train them, they take care of their vehicles.
Right. Which is important, but you always have to think about the potential downsides, too.
Right.
Just like with any transportation service.
Yeah. And, we can't talk about transportation these days without talking about the environment.
Oh, for sure.
Big issue. And Elevon highlights that they're trying to be sustainable.
Okay.
They're using hybrid and electric vehicles.
Okay. So they're thinking about that.
They are, yeah.
Which is good because that's going to be crucial, right?
It is.
As we move forward.
But then that makes me think, okay, well, is Nashville ready for that?
Right.
Do we have the charging infrastructure?
That's exactly. I mean, if we're going to have all these electric vehicles running around, we need places for them to plug in. And that's going to take some planning and investment.
Right. It really shows how, all of these things are connected,
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just think about one aspect of transportation in isolation.
Right.
It all ties into the city's infrastructure.
It does.
And its sustainability goals.
It does. It's a really interesting kind of evolution that we're seeing.
Yeah.
This whole, shift toward private transportation. It offers some really appealing solutions, to problems that cities like Nashville are facing. But we can't just jump into it blindly.
Yeah.
We have to be smart about it.
So, we've talked about a lot here.
Yeah.
What's your kind of main takeaway for our listener today?
I think the main thing is, as cities keep growing, we need to be creative about how we move people around.
Okay.
And private transportation can play a role in that. It
Yeah.
could be a really important part of the solution. But, and it's a big but,
Yeah.
it's not a silver bullet, right?
Right.
We got to weigh those benefits against the potential downsides.
So true. Well, this has been a really thought-provoking deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
We've got a lot to think about,
We do.
not just about Nashville, but about how our own cities are handling this whole transportation evolution.
For sure.
And that's it for today.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time.
See you up.
Chilling on the asphalt, we never slow. Unplugged and raw, high on the flow. Road rebels, dirt on our souls. Street lights flashing, life's in control.